Hello everybody, I'm Spirit Retro, aka like and subscribe, and today I'm showing you Satisfactory. Specifically, I'm showing you my current base. I started in Rocky Desert. This is my hub, and you can see I've laid out my initial area here with the basics. I'll show you those hypertudes later. I built myself a platform for my orbital elevator, somewhere a bit more scenic than where I usually do it, because I usually just put that anywhere, but I decided to spread things out a bit more so that I have a lot of space to keep things neat and organised, because my last video showed off a chaotic mess of a base. This game I did specifically with the intention of keeping things neat and tidy, and I think I did that relatively well. So you can see my power lines, which could do a bit of tidying up, but some of these are for travel. So there's my awesome sink for coupons, and that is my factory. It's become a little bit less neat as I've expanded it, but it still has the same rules as I usually have for the rest of the base. So I just need to pretty it up. So this is my initial power station for biomass burners. I actually need to expand this a bit more to incorporate mycelia and alien protein, although I usually use alien protein for points. You can see my concrete over there by the river. Can't you see the miner over there? This is just a bridge. I've got a little thing here for driving underneath it, and a walkway to go to the power station. And as per, just some storage to put stuff in to go into the sink because you can't feed it directly into there. Oh, it looks like a satellite laser thing on top of there. I never noticed that. So I'll just show you how I use these lines. Yeah, just speeds up getting everything a bit faster. So you can see my mall here, my tier 1 mall anyway. I added the concrete pillars to make it look a bit prettier. So yeah, I really like this bit. It doesn't really accommodate dimensional storage, which I need to work out at some point, because I've got the tech I need to do it. I just need to work out where the hell I'm going to put it and how to route stuff through. So if I go down into here, we'll go into the guts of my factory. This central area is deliberately messy. I can at some point go through and just neaten everything up, but I don't mind. At some point I might just wall off and hide this central section, but I like having it a bit messy so that you can see what's going on from underneath. You can also see it from see what's going on from above, rather, and look down. But this is the first time I've looked up through the glass, and it actually looks pretty good from underneath as well. But yeah. You can see the things aren't built on the same level. It took a few times to get it just right so that I can have the things poking up there. So yeah, I wanted them to look like ATMs. So I've got my copper over here, and I'm using the elevators so that I can move through. Just on YouTube, another YouTuber's video, which I quite like. Got my wire and cable processing there. Sheets. As is tradition. I should probably. Do I want to do walls or do I want to do glass? That's the question. Nah, let's just do this. Over here is the iron, and I'm going to do the same thing with the walls. Here, just things up in my brain a bit for my own sake, for the sake of my own sanity. So yeah, my iron. So I've got plates here, rods there, cast screws here. And then up these stairs we go to the main floor of my tier 2 storage, aka my tier 2 mall. I actually have an open spot here that I can put something into, so at some point I'll decide what I want to put in there. I've got my power shards here, reinforced plates, rotors, coal, steel beams, nothing, steel pipes. And I've slightly expanded the access as I've gone, so that things are convenient and still look pretty. Oh, I also added this just before I started recording because I realised over here, whilst looking at that, I had no idea which way was towards the hub. So I did the observation window to achieve that effect without just doing signs. Plus, it looks pretty and breaks up the monotony. I might do the same thing over on the other side. Then of course I've got an access thing here, which I really like. Might do rules down that section as well, actually. There's a lot of areas I need to think about whether or not to do rules. Also go up again for multi-level access. So yeah, the logistics for the tier 2 production going on over here. Yeah, multi-level access shenanigans. Here's where I've got the actual phase 2 stuff. Smart plating, versatile, automated. There. If I can get to this way, you can see it. Yeah, not bad. Not the best, but better than what I'd usually do. Because I'm trying to keep things off the floor when it comes to logistics. So, slung underneath logistics floor or attached to walls or ceilings. I might disguise that upper level of the power station because it disgusts me. Disgusts me. Yeah. I showed you the tier 1, so let me show you phase 2 production. I keep switching between phase and 2. Which way is first bit? Okay, so is this the first bit I did? I don't even remember the order with which. But this is where you can see what I mean by it's a bit more chaotic as I've expanded it. So I have no idea which one's the first bit that I start. Okay, yeah. So here's the reinforced plates, the rotors, which then, and here's some. Once I got steel, I hunted down a whole bunch of hard drives and got steel rods and steel screws, specifically to also looped them, specifically to enhance my supply of all of these because I'm constantly using these. I might use these to supply the dimensional depot and do something up here with like steel supply of stuff. I don't know if there's a steel recipe for all of the basic stuff, but I'll work it out. Yeah, foundries, steel tubes, steel beams, then elevators to funnel down. Steel ingot storage for when I want to do other stuff. I'm not piping the refined resources down because there's not. I shouldn't need to craft things myself unless it's like specific components, like the structural frames. Is it structural frames or is it modular frames? There's another bit here I need to pretty up. Then over here, I have the specific production for smart plating, the that's a power pole, versatile framework, and automated wiring. And compared to my previous base, this is way more compact. Because in my previous base, I needed to like double in this direction and draw resources from like 3 different areas to do what I'm doing with my initial resources. Plus 3 iron nodes in that direction. You can see one of the things over there. That's all I've done, so this is much more efficient. I'm using my resources much more effectively now. Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in order to allow myself to funnel products off from production that are excess to build them up. I haven't yet worked out the specific spacing to guarantee that I have space to do that yet, so it's not standard across my factory. And of course, the access catwalks, not catways. That's the constructor for the power shards. I like this glass floor. I really do. I need to come up with a more standardized arrangement for this style of hub for production. Because then I can make it look like professional industrial stuff rather than typically this is where I put my stuff. Nonsense. Now hopping down here. So actually I need to see, if I had the foresight to make accommodations for dimensional storage, I wouldn't have these problems. But I'm not that forward thinking, unfortunately. Work. Do I need another layer? Nah, that's fine. Just keep things looking closed. If I do any higher, it's going to ruin the aesthetics of catwalk. Unless I go up onto the catwalk to do it. But anyway. The tour must continue! Work. My truck stopped coal. So my coal outpost is up there. I had so much trouble getting this to work. But then one game restart later, and it just fucking worked. So yeah. That's my initial area. So let me show you Coal Alpha, as I'm calling it. Hello. Whee! Help, I'm being repressed. Whee! Okay, Coal Alpha. This way. I need to keep talking so this doesn't get boring. I'm quite enjoying the challenge of keeping things neat and tidy as I go through rather than just splattering things everywhere. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, it's a nice challenge and it helps keep things organised and makes it much easier to expand upon later. When I get lazy or rush through things, then it starts breaking down and getting more chaotic. But as long as I keep to my established format, then I'm able to go back and neaten things up pretty easily. Like the underslung, hiccup. The logistics for my phase 2 production. Here's the other end of the truck stop. For interrupting myself. The logistics for the phase 2 production area specifically was very chaotic when I first did it, but then I did the catwalk so that I could stumbling over my own tongue, I could go through and neaten stuff up again. So yeah. 1, 2. Oh yeah, the third one's literally right here. You need to. And I have the thingies now for these. No, it's the tool media. Is this the right one? I don't think it is. That's what I want. How do I take that further? Not that way. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. I was wondering why it says tires in the way. Yeah, that's good enough. Amazing. Yay! Consistency! My darling! I don't really need to label the hypertubes, but I like to do so because it helps keep things neat and looks good. Well, I think it helps keep things neat. Because then if I label things, it helps nail down the specific purpose of the area in my head, which then helps me expand upon it later and helps me to be strict with myself. I need to make this is a junction for the hypertubes. I need to make this area look better in general. Deuterium alpha. Yeah, I'm using the Greek alphabet for the outbursts. But I'll probably swap at some point. The Deuterium, is that the correct pronunciation? I think I've screwed it up there. The Deuterium vein that I'm mining is up there. You can see the top of the mine over there. I've got the ingots stacking up there. I've got quick wire producing over here. And I had Deuterium wire. Oh no, I did do Deuterium wire at some point to give me a quick boost of wire over here whilst I was working on this area, but then I dismantled it. So I don't really have a use for the quick wire and Deuterium yet, but I'm keeping this ready for when I do. I might use the Deuterium wire cables recipe, because that's going to be much easier to supply and it'll probably produce a lot more cables too. Because the quick wire produces tons very quickly. So if the Deuterium cables are the same compared to the normal cables, then that's going to be great. Trying to also focus on talking clearly. So I hate how my voice sounds so nasally when I listen to it back. So I'm trying to talk lower for my throat, rather than up in my mouth where it's going to sound a lot more nasally. That might be the wrong approach for that. Because I might want to actually lean into talking higher up like this here. But that's a bit harder to maintain, so down here. And trying to keep my Airways clear, as it were. Almost there. So yeah, I chose the rocky desert start because it's a very balanced start. There's a bit of everything. You just need to do a bit of travel, but this area has basically everything. Chaos incarnate. I shit the bed when it came to designing my coal power station here, but it works. So, cars in the road. So I've got water pumps for 2 lines of coal power, and I've got these coal burning power stations, enough to use up as much as I can of the 300 cubic meters of water that the pipes can supply, which I think is 270. There's 19, 19, 45. 45, 25, 25, 25, 25. And it's the same on the other side as well. Mark II miners with Mark III belts, and each one supplies 2 on each side. But I could have planned a lot more actually. Built that because I needed to build more miners whilst I was here. My amethyst mine. I know it's not onyx. Quartz that the game uses in the menus, but it's amethyst that you're mining in the game. Amethyst is a type of quartz. So I've got another sink here to be my overflow for my production here, because I don't have much use for the stuff here yet. But I do have uses for them, they're just a rare occurrence. So I'd rather focus my excess rather than wait, no, that's a mistake. Rather than just let it back up and stop going. I should do smart splitters to do overflow. Actually, I could have done this with a smart splitter. No. Smart splitter, not merger, you moron. But yeah, I should redo this area to use smart splitters so that only overflow goes through rather than what I've done here, which is balancing the belts against the production. 2 different grids there, so that's why it looks weird. I tried to keep this a bit more neat compared to outside, but varying degrees of success. I quite like how cramped it is because it's mine, so it's appropriate. And of course, anyone who's been here knows what this looks like, but for the sake of the video, Sam node, 2 amethyst nodes. I've explored further down, it's just another exit to the other side. I believe that's everything I have to show you so far. In my other game I've gotten much further along, but it was getting harder and harder to expand further on my base, so I wanted to try starting over with a neater, more expandable arrangement. So yeah, thanks for watching and let me know what you think. Okay, now how do I stop this?